Well, hello and welcome to the Breakout Racing League Tier 1, Round 19, the American Grand Prix in the United States in Austin, Texas. But a little bit of a segue. Everything is bigger in Texas now, isn't it? It's named the Lone Star State. Texas is a Hassani Indian word for friend or ally. Texas is famous for the Houston Space Center, the golf course resorts, rodeos, and the Alamo. Well, the American Grand Prix has been held 49 times, and has most been held at the Watkins Glen from 1961 to 1980. But enough about the American Grand Prix. My name is Hey Catcher. I'm going alongside Mr. Titan in the booth. Titan, it's wet. Like, really wet. Full wets, to be exact. What do you think these drivers are going to have to deal with as the qualifying session goes on?
I think they're dealing with hell. That's all I can say. No, if you watch Tier 4 Monday and it's full wets, you'll just see Mr. Titan has left the session because just no.
Well, it's not the first time it has been full wet for the qualifying here at the United States Grand Prix. Ironically, Tier 2 just had that exact same thing. So, now that it's full wet again for Tier 1, the 14 drivers will have to go and negotiate the Circuit of the Americas in the wet weather conditions. Speaking of the Circuit of the Americas, it has been held 8 American Grand Prix from the 2012 date to present. It is located in Austin. It is a 5.113 kilometer, 3.426 mile circuit with a seating capacity of 120,000 people. It has 20 corners, 2 DRS straights, which cannot be activated since the wet conditions, and it will hold 28 laps around this circuit. The most wins for drivers has been Lewis Hamilton. He has won it 8 times here. Constructors has gone to Ferrari. They have won it 10 times. Now, I'm talking about the entire United States Grand Prix, not at COTA itself. But COTA also holds the United States Grand Prix for Formula 1, the MotoGP World Championship, the IndyCar Classic, the FIA WEC 6 Hours of COTA, and next year, the NASCAR Cup Xfinity and Truck Series. There, but we'll now go to the track as Hoopalicious in the Red Bull is about to start his flying lap, followed behind, I believe, Ginger Horizon. Yes, he is. So they're going to start their flying lap in the wet. Let's touch on the Tier 1 championship as we can do that real quick. New Zealand Ryan is your championship points leader with 322 points to his name. 57 points back from Ryan is Birel Perondi, who actually is not in the session. So this could be a big championship implication because Ryan needs to outscore Perondi by 21 points, leaving this race to be crowned champion of Tier 1. Now, if he gets that, he needs to win the race, and he'll be the second Birel tier to be crowned champion here at COTA. The first one was Tier 5, and actually, Realistic was crowned champion there with Taylor. But Tier 1 is a little bit different. We'll actually go to the Constructors' Championship as well. Mercedes and Renault are kind of in a scrap. There's 88 points separating those two, Mercedes over Renault. So 2 races ahead that the Mercedes team have to really, I guess, a little bit of a breathing distance between themselves and the French constructor. But it's going to be a long way away. There's still about 14 minutes qualifying and 28 laps in the race to see who can be crowned the champion of the American Grand Prix, a home Grand Prix for many.
So it's basically P1 or broke for Ryan tonight.
Oh yeah, so actually, let's go through. I said it's a home Grand Prix for many. It's a home Grand Prix for the Red Bull Hoopalicious, the Alfa Romeo of Chandler Surtia, the Racing Point of Birel Williams, the McLaren of B-Dunk. Actually, we're going to go pull these things up here. I probably should have done that from the beginning. I believe Hoopalicious is going to come across, hit the final corner now. Yes, he actually will. He will go and cross to set a 1 minute 48.2 and go provisional pole in the Red Bull. That's what everyone else is going to be chasing. I believe Neymar just set his flying lap. Yes, he did a 49.9. That's B-Dunk provisional pole, a 48.0 in the McLaren. I believe that's Aus Formula. In the Renault, he's going to come up to the line. He, I believe, had validated his lap there. That's the AlphaTauri Meanfern. He goes up to P3 with a 49.5. That is, I believe, the Williams will be next. That's going to be Ham Newton. Off of turn 20, he goes up to P3, 48.886 for him. The Racing Point of Deer Hunter, I believe, is going to be next.
No, that's
going to be Birel Williams. He goes P5.
Yeah, cool fact about Williams, this is a in-state home Grand Prix for him. So,
well,
yeah,
that's going to be special indeed for him to win it. But he's going to have to beat Ryan, who comes across the final corner.
It's a, oh, and almost that's a full second.
It's 1.2 seconds, I believe.
Yeah.
That's a great anchor lap for him.
1.1 if you round it.
You know what? I don't round here.
We do round here. Oh wait, okay, no, it is 1.2 because.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Oh wow, this is gonna be fun.
Deer Hunter, he sets his flying lap 1 minute 50.2. He goes P8 provisionally. I believe that's going to round it out there. Boski's on the back straight entering turn 12. I think GSR Axe, he's invalidated. He's through turn 18 at the moment now. I believe that's actually, is that going to be Boski? No, it's not. Superlicious. At least he's going to come in for his lap. Unless he's going to go out for another one, which is not too uncommon. Looks like he is. We'll see if he can try to improve on his time there. Through turn 20. He does improve, 47.5, so that goes up ahead of the McLaren of B-Dunk, who's actually invalidated his lap. Neymar actually goes across the line. He's invalidated again. Jitter Horizon, he's going to go up. He actually, I believe, may have just started his flying lap. He's not invalidated again. That's the Alpha Tower. That's a yellow flag.
That's a slow axe.
Slow axe. Meatburn's invalidated. Austin give to P6. 49.036 for the Red Bull. That is a Racing Point. That's Williams. Across the final corner. Home Grand Prix for the Racing Point driver. More than the rest. He goes up to P4. 48.5 for him. I believe that is hitting. That is Ham Newton. Yes, it is. I believe that is the Alpha. Actually, it's maybe the Ferrari.
No, it's the
Alpha manager.
Yeah.
Ryan's going to set his lap. Validated. Another invalidated lap. It looks like it's not too common for these drivers to invalidate on the wet surface here and the Circuit of the Americas, and it's definitely not too tricky to get it in the dry either. It definitely can be decided on penalties if not careful. Deer Hunter goes up to P8, almost loses the car again. He lost it in 2 sequences. Actually, that's a McLaren around. That is actually Mari, sorry, in the McLaren around at turn 1. Chandler is bolted on the inners and actually put it back on the wets. Ham Newton has now put the inners on. They've fitted these tires. They're not out of the garage yet. I believe the next one to cross the line will be the Red Bull. Is that going to be Bosco Keaton? No, it's not going to be Hoopalicious. He improved last time he did a flying lap. Let's see if he can make it 3-4-3 for the Red Bull. Could he try to go provisional pole? No, he can't. I don't think he improved at all. The next one's going to be the Alpha Tauri, I believe, of Axe. He's invalidated. I believe another one is Ginger Horizon up to P2. That's 47.559 for the Haas. That's going to be the Renault of Formula. He's going to come across. He's invalidated. That is, I believe, B-Dunk has actually spun it around at turn 19. Actually, he may be letting people through. I believe that is a pitting Boss Cookie in the Red Bull. Yes, it is. I believe that was Mean Fern just setting a better lap. I think he is now up to P6 with a 48.215.
Yeah, Ryan just validated his lap, and Hoop just set a purple sector 1. So he's really moving right now.
Indeed, it looks like it is kind of drying up, so we possibly could see the likes of Ham Newton and Chandler. Chandler actually goes out to start his qualifying session now on an outlap for the intermediate compounded tire. Keep an eye on him and see how he is in relegation to the rest of the field, because the Inters could possibly be, I mean, they're easily a faster tire because the amount of water they displace significantly less than the full wets. I think it's about 40 to 20 liters. I could be completely wrong on that, but regardless, if you're going to have the intermediate tires on, it's going to be light rain, which is going to mean you're going to have a lot more tread on the actual track. So keep in mind where Chandler is in relegation. Ryan pits. Everyone else, I believe, is still on and out for flying lap. The first one from across will be Hoopalicious.
Yeah, Hoop invalidated with being 6/10 up on his time, so he just lost a chance to get back on the front row with the full wets, and he is now coming into the pits.
Oh, Axe synchronized spinning out of turn 18. That is a wide Haas. That is Chandler through the middle of them. Here's another Haas. Thank God Ghosting is on. That's another, my God, that's 2 cars that's gone through the stricken Alpha Tauri of Axe. Formula, he'll go up. Chandler will start his lap. I believe that is a Haas. He may have actually won. Formula goes up to P4, though. He'll definitely improve from the, I guess, the loss of the Alpha Tauri. 47.6 for him. the McLaren. I believe that's actually beat up. Williams, though, he goes up to P5. He'll now knock B-Dunk down to P6, 47.8 for the racing point. That is the Williams of Ham Newton on an outlap on the intermediate compound tire. We'll see he can do on those tires. Keep in mind, actually, going to Chandler and see what he can do so far on his.
Yeah, so far he's got so far his first sector is even with Ryan's fastest lap. So definitely the intermediates may be the same speed as the full wets currently, but the intermediates could be a faster tire later on.
It's going through turn 12 now in the Alfa Romeo. A little bit of a wiggle. That's a purple sector 2 from him. I believe that is Boss Cookie on a outlap. That's the IndyCar line going through turn 19 and into the pits he goes. So Chandler will actually be the first one to cross the line to improve his lap. He's chasing a 46.892 set by New Zealand Ryan in the Mercedes. He has 2 more corners to negotiate. If he doesn't invalidate first, that's a slide almost a little bit wide for the Alfa Romeo. He's on the intermediate compound tire. We'll see how much that can propel him up the grid. Is it fast enough? Yes, it is. 46.3 for the Alfa Romeo of Chandler. B-Dunk around the final corner, turn 20 here. He's P7 at the moment. He goes up to the line, no DRS. He goes up to P4. So there is some time still to gain on those wets. You just got to go and find it. Mari will start his flying lap in the McLaren on the intermediate compounded tire. Everyone but Williams, Osborne, B-Dunk, and Ginger Horizon have all bolted on in the intermediate compounded tire, either on the track or in the pits. The ones in the pits are Deer Hunter, Boss Cookie, as well as New Zealand Ryan, all on the intermediates, but still in the pits. Ham Newton's going to come to the line. I believe he may have invalidated his flying lap. He stays P10. I believe I may have actually just seen a spinning Williams.
Oh,
Or something. It was a yellow flag.
Boss Cookie and Deer Hunter were side by side out of turn 1. Yeah, don't leave the voice crack alone.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
You said it with your laugh. And Deer Hunter has invalidated his lap, and so has Boss Cookie, but they're both on the outlap. Interesting.
So Neymar is actually going to start his flying lap again on the intermediates. The next one across the line will be Chandler. He is provisional pole at the moment, 46.361. It's a little bit of a cleaner through turn 19, not too much. Still a front left lock up into turn 20. He's provisional pole at the moment. Can he go faster? Yes, he can. 44.8 for the Alfa Romeo.
That's a second and a half faster than his last time, so the intermediate's definitely the faster tire.
Both Alpha Tauris go across turn 20 now to start their flying lap. That is a spinning B-Dunk, I believe. Or he may be out of gas. It's probably that one. Mari, his teammate, is going through turn 19 at the moment now. On the intermediates, he's right now P13. We'll see what these intermediate lap can improve the McLaren driver. He's going across the line and stays P13, 49.715. The Williams of Ham Newton, he's across turn 20 now. He's going to go up to the line in the intermediate compounded tire. He goes up to P1, 44.422 for the Williams driver. That is a spinning.
Yeah, Hoop's coming across the line now, and he goes P1 with a 143.8. So that whole time getting faster and faster as we go more into a drier track. And Chandler is second up on his time as well.
Neymar goes P3, 44.6. That is the Renault of Osborne. He will start his flying lap. The other Haas of Ginger Horizon will start his. Ryan's actually still. Now he's on the track now. He's on an outlap. So we'll see if he can try to defend his pole position from earlier on the compound tire on the intermediate. Chandler, he goes across turn 19. I I think he kind of hesitated if he wanted to finish the lap or go into pit. He ended up going into the pits, almost spinning his way through. With AlphaTauri's Mean Fern going through the final corner now on the AlphaTauri down in P10 at the moment, a 46.215 to his name. He'll go across the line to P3, replaces Neymar in that spot. At GSR Axe, he's invalidated. We'll see if he can try to do another lap there. I believe that is Williams on an outlap. He'll start his flying lap. New Zealand Ryan, the championship leader, who could possibly lock it up the championship today since Perondi could not attend today's race. He's now going to start his flying lap. I believe that is B-Dunk. No, it's not. It's actually Mari. Across the line, P6 for the McLaren. Cam Newton's going to start another lap. He's invalidated his last one. I believe that may be Boskoki now. He'll go up to P6. That is a racing point behind him. Is an improvement? Yes, it is. Deer Hunter goes up to P7, follows the Red Bull through. Hoopalicious, he's going to go across the line. He's invalidated his lap. Let's see if he can try to do another one there. Osformula is going to be the next one to cross the line. He's invalidated, so never mind. Not an improvement from him. Ginger Horizon also invalidated in the Haas. So let's see, the first valid lap will probably be B-Dunk. Yes, it is at the moment, going into turn 17. Yellow flag through second one. I believe that is that's Ham Newton trying to either let someone by or maybe an actual spin. It looks like he's still stationary. Yes, it is spin. And Mari's actually retired from the session.
Yeah, she's on the back straight, so I don't know why she would retire there. And New Zealand Ryan's 2 seconds faster over his full wet time and had a purple sector too, so he is looking at the pace of the pole time right now. That was so bad.
Mean Fern, he goes across the line to go P2 in the Alpha Tauri. He's going to try to see what he can do on his lap. Burrell Williams in P14 at the moment. That was an improvement from someone ahead of him. He goes P3, so Williams will go and replace the Williams of Ham Newton. That was difficult for me to say. New Zealand Ryan, that is provisional pole, 43.221, about 6/10 faster than the Red Bull of Hoopalicious.
Yeah, next one to cross the line on the valid lap right now it will be Deer Hunter coming around the long right-hander of Sector 3. He's Red Bull of Boss Cookie, who has invalidated his lap.
We'll see what he can do. He's P9 at the moment, 44.9. He goes up P6, a 44.6, and that's going to be the end of qualifying, so everyone has to go and put their lap in now. Boss Cookie's got into the event. Boss Cookie got his lap in. Hoopalicious could not improve. He's now out of qualifying, but P2 at the moment. He's actually crashed out. Ham Newton, he goes in pits. Nothing to do there. That is going to be Chandler in the Alfa Romeo. He could not set another lap. Osformula, he goes through the final corner. He's P14 at the moment. He'll go provisional P2. Here goes the Haas. That is going to be Ginger Horizon. He'll steal that P2 away. Here goes, I believe, B-Dunk in the McLaren. He's invalidated. He's going to be P14 on the grid. Last, the slowest qualifier in today's qualifying session. That is going to be, I believe, Mean Fern. He is on a valid lap. He's going through turn 18 now. Let's see if he can improve. He's P5 at the moment on his intermediates. Can he go any higher than that? He needs to get about 6/10 if he wants to challenge the likes of Hoopalicious. Through turn 20 he goes. The Alpha Tauri, once again, P5. He'll stay P5. His teammate behind him, though, GSR Axe, he's P13 at the moment. He's on a valid lap. He's now P5. He steals it away from his teammate. That is going to be the racing point of B.R. Williams. He'll go P4. Here goes New Zealand Ryan around the final corner. He's on provisional pole. Can he stay that way? He'll go even faster. I believe that is Neymar. He'll come across the line. He cannot do anything. The only one left to set a lap is going to be Boss Cookie and Deer Hunter, both pretty close on the track. They're both valid, and they're both through turn 18 now. Can they challenge the 43.145? That is from New Zealand Ryan. Boss Cookie's invalidated. He'll stay P12. So that means Deer Hunter could be the only one to challenge the likes of New Zealand Ryan for pole. Can he do it off of turn 20? He still has the wake of the Red Bull in front. And it looks like he may actually stay P9, so that'll do it for qualifying.
Yeah, he will stay P9, and the question is, how are the race conditions going to be?
That's going to be a big test of character for these drivers. But through qualifying of round 19 of the Breakout Racing League Tier 1 Championship, New Zealand Ryan grabs pole with 43.145, about 5/10 almost ahead of Ginger Horizon in the Haas. P2, he goes and starts alongside Ryan on the front row of the grid. Oswald in the Renault, he'll start P3. He has Bureau Williams for company in the second row. Hoopalicious grabs P5. GSR Axe grabs P6. His teammate Meanfern will be right behind him. ERS Ham Newton will start P8 on the grid. Deer Hunter will grab P9. BRL Neymar will grab P10. That's going to be the top 10 done, over and done with. Chandler P11, Bosca P12, Mari P13, B-Dunk is P14. But since everyone's on the wets or the intermediates, you'll see they get a free choice of tire for the Grand Prix.
Well, doesn't everybody have a free selection of tire if it is dry? So.
That's what I mean.
Oh.
I mean, even if it's wet, I don't think you have to start on the same compound you qualified, right?
No. Oh wow, and it's completely dry.
It is clear completely.
Let's see here.
So let's go look at the race structure.
I
think we both did at the same time.
Yeah. So everybody's on softs
at the moment. The strategy right now predicted was probably going to be a soft to hard, soft to medium, but you could do the inverse: a medium to hard or a hard. Wait, no, medium to soft or a hard to soft.
Yeah, and then you have the soft, medium if you just want to push the whole time.
Which is not going to work out. Ryan, he goes on the medium compound tire. He's going to try to see if they make the inverse strategy work, along with Chandler in P11. Everyone gets a free choice of tire, but normally if it was a dry qualifying session, only the top 10 has to stay on the qualifying tire they qualified through onto. Everyone else gets a free choice, but not today. Everyone gets the free choice of tire. So it's going to be a lot of chaotic strategies going through the race. Overlet grabs a medium. Axe grabs a medium. You go ahead.
Yeah, and Ryan put himself in probably the perfect spot for a strategy decision and just in a championship view. If he has clear air from the start, doesn't have to worry about anybody starting further than him. He just has to have a solid start, a solid turn 1, and start managing a gap to whoever's in P2.
So, with that being said now, everyone's on the medium except for Ham Newton in 8th, Hoopalicious in 5th, Bureau Williams in 4th, and Ginger Horizon in 2nd. So, Ryan now has some competition off the lights with the likes of Ginger Horizon's Haas with the softer compounded tires. It'll be grippier, but it's also going to be a lot faster degrading. So, meaning that he's going to have to go on to the mediums or hards in the second stint. If he even does a one-stop. We never know about the tire wear for the Tier 1 Grand Prix here at Coda. And there's a predicted race strategy, like I said. Soft to medium is pretty much the preferred one. Like you said, the soft medium is also viable as well.
Yeah, and if you're Ryan and you know Ginger is on the softs, do you fight that, or do you let Ginger get in front of you and just stay in that toe?
It's gonna be fun to see. From my experience, if you have those soft compounder tires, you do not want to be stuck behind the medium runners because it will just put you in a disadvantage the entire race. You have the faster compounder tire at the beginning, so you need to make sure you use that to its full advantage. So I could possibly see Horizon going for some moves and trying to get past New Zealand Ryan into turn 1. It's an uphill left-hander, so you can brake as late as you possibly wish. It's an open crest. You're going to have a lot of fun going in. So the same for Williams, Hoopalicious, and Ham Newton, all in, not necessarily in the middle of the pack. Ham Newton is, but Hoopalicious and Williams are both at the sharp end of the stick. So you can possibly see them challenge the likes of Osformula and the Renault for P3, and even see if they can try to go after P2, either that being Ryan or Ginger. It's 28 laps. 20 corners, 2 DRS zones, 14 drivers, and a possible champion could be crowned if Ryan can pull off the race victory here. He needs to outscore Perondi by 21 points. Perondi could not attend today's race. At the moment, Ryan has 25 if it would end today, so he's going to go take his grid spot. Possibly, maybe even thinking about that, but I don't think he really should care. There's 28 laps to decide that one. B-Dunk in P14, he's going to go take his grid spot as the last driver on the grid. He's from the medium compounded tire right next to his teammate in the McLaren of Mari. 14 drivers, like I said, and it's going to be a lot of fun for a home Grand Prix for most of the Tier 1 Championship and for Breakout Racing League. The lights are now about to come on shortly. One of these times I'll get a camera angle. There we go. Lights are on. And it's 5 red lights. And it's lights out and away we go. Good initial start by the Haas of Ginger. I told her that the softs are going to have a good initial start. Look at the Red Bull. Hoopalicious put it at 3 wide going to turn 1. That is the racing point of Bureau Williams. He's going to 3 wide through turn 1. Horizon gets ahead. That's a spinning Neymar. He goes around. He's half spun, but he got back through. Up front, Horizon leads the Mercedes of Ryan. That's the racing point in the Red Bull of Hoopalicious and Williams going side by side through the S's. They figured out Hoopalicious ahead of Williams. Going through the pack here. Here goes Aus Formula. They're still kind of figuring out Ryan. Here comes Hoopalicious at the back of the Mercedes driver and the Haas. And going through as well in the back with Neymar trying to figure out what happened. I believe he has front wing damage. But up front, look at this. Here comes the Haas. Not the Haas, I'm sorry. I keep saying the wrong one. The Williams around the outside of Aus Formula and the Renault on the medium compounded tire. He's still there. He's going to look. There's no DRS in the first lap of the Grand Prix. But he's going to try and get through. He's still side by side with actually go on board with Aus Formula, and he is through up to P5 for Ham Newton. So up front, Ginger does get past Ryan, and Hoopalicious and Williams both take 3rd and 4th away. That is a move between Boss Cookie, Deer Hunter, and Chan, and jockey for position there.
Yeah, but Ryan looks like he can keep up with Ginger in P2 with those harder compound tires. So he definitely looks like he has the pace to win. But he is slowly falling back just because of the nature of the harder compound he has.
Update on Neymar, he got wing damage, so he got away with a lucky save from that after going half spinning into turn 1. Ginger Horizon now has some company, a little bit of a break between those guys as Ryan and Hoopalicious going to jockey it out. Hoopalicious is going to go down the inside of the Mercedes, and he's going to have that position. Here comes the switchback from ZZ and Ryan and the Mercedes. He's going to have the harder compounded tire, though, but it's not going to work out. Hoopalicious grabs P2 away from Ryan. Ryan now has to look probably a little bit more backwards than forwards as Williams is going to be the next one up. He's going to be also on the softs, and he has to probably worry about Ham Newton coming through as well. So Boskop's now been the first one awarded a time penalty to be awarded at the end of his race time. That's 3 seconds, and that is going to be another one. Ham Newton's got one.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not surprised that we have a few time penalties early at the start, especially in Tier 1. Everybody was side by side, with the elbows out, might I add. There was honestly going to be 1 or 2 people that will have a 3-second time penalty on lap 2, just because the S's being the S's. And
indeed.
Yes. Left it up.
Oh! Williams almost went down the inside of Ryan, almost audacious move there, but he backs out of it. A couple more people have penalties. B-Dunk's actually gotten past Boss Cookie. And look at this battle, side by side, door to door, wheel banging through into turn 16 there, and that's a little bit more contact. B-Dunk into the left rear of the Red Bull there of Boss Cookie. But up front's kind of evened down a bit. There's still a bit of a train there. Williams now has to fall back and try to go and see if he can catch New Zealand Ryan. Hoopalicious has the fastest lap of the Grand Prix so far on lap 2. There is still a long way to go. Now lap 3, here comes Bureau Williams down the inside. A little bit of contact and half spun around, but he saves that. The Racing Point now has to go and try to jockey for position with Bureau Williams, or Ham Newton, I'm sorry, in the Williams. That's going to be very confusing. B-Dunk's now having another time penalty to his name, battling with Boss Cookie still. These two are not giving up. They were battling through the entire 3rd sector, but Boss Cookie will get ahead going into the S's.
Oh,
whoa!
Yeah, look, that's B-Dunk super extremely wide after Deer Hunter put his nose right on the inside. So B-Dunk losing 3 positions to Deer Hunter, Neymar, and Mari, going into the back of the order. And Loop making a pass on Ginger Horizon up front on the outside, and he'll take pole, or he'll take P1.
Close enough. Ham Newton and New Zealand Ryan, they're going for it. Ham Newton is going to get up into P3 around the outside of the Mercedes of Ryan, and that's going to put him in a little bit more clean air to go chase down Ginger Horizon and the Haas and the Red Bull of Hoopalicious. But don't look now. Ryan actually got a little bit better of a corner there after turn 16 than the Williams, but due to the nature of the medium compounded tire compared to Ham Newton's softs, it's going to challenge him this early in the race.
And the two AlphaTauri drivers looks like they can't really separate as they are twins. It seems like. Well, yeah, it seems like they're twins, and they have not split off for over a second, or have a split time of over a second, and they've just stuck by the hip since the start. Then starting P6 and P7, I believe.
That is B-Dunk into the safety of the pit lane onto the hards and a front wing change for the McLaren. He's going to have a lot of work to do. A recovery drive is now in store for him to get his place back to where it was before this pit stop. Vera Williams is pretty close to the back of New Zealand Ryan. Him has been given 3 seconds time, but he can be applied a bit in this race time. That's actually, a couple others that I talked about had penalties. Where did they all go? Did they just disappear out of thin air?
No, that's Sam Newton's second 3-second time penalty, so he has 6 currently, and B-Dunk also has 6 seconds of penalty, so...
Yes, he does. Here comes DRS, assisted with overtake for the racing point on the softs to the left-hand side of New Zealand Ryan on the mediums, and will be up into P3, or P4, I'm sorry, but Ryan's really close to the rear ring of the racing point. Looks like nothing's going to be done there. So Ryan now has lost about 4 positions, but all of them has been to the soft compound runners. He is now the first medium. The guy behind him, Chandler, also on the medium, so we're going to see what they can do, but these softs are going to have to try to push as far as they can. Get that upper hand. Horizon will give it a 3-second time penalty. That is a wide Ginger Horizon doing the IndyCar line. But like I was saying, these guys have to push as hard as they can to get a gap to even try to contend with some of these medium runners. If they do the inverse strat from mediums to softs, they're going to have a hard time whenever these medium runners get on the softs.
Yeah, but Ryan are tired in the 2 to 3 laps time just because he will. Those medium tires will be faster. Yeah, goodness gracious, speaking is hard. Yeah, I'm sorry, but no, Ryan will have the faster tire in 2 to 3 laps just because the mediums will stay. Oh my goodness! Wow.
Just take your time.
Yeah, I'm just taking my time. Ryan will be faster in 2 to 3 laps. That's probably the best way I can say it. I'm sorry for my 2 to 3 strokes there in the span of 30 seconds.
Bosco's been given a 3-second time penalty. I believe that may actually be his... that's 6 seconds to him. But looks like Ham Newton may have a little bit of pressure from the racing point of Vera Williams. These two cannot really lose New Zealand Ryan. He's now in the DRS train in the Mercedes. B-Dunk's been given a 3-second time penalty. That's 9 for his name, already on lap 5. He's going to have a long way to go for those to be improved. That's Mari and Neymar having a little bit of a scrap through turn 12 now. Neymar on the right-hand side, I'm sorry. Trying to go down the inside, but nothing can do in there, and that puts the McLaren of Mari up into P12, trying to go chase after Deer Hunter in the racing point.
Yeah, and the mediums and softs look like their performance is evening out here on lap 5 going on lap 6, so New Zealand Ryan may start to look forward to pass the soft runners out in front of him.
The closest battle on track at the moment will actually be in this train that Boss Cookie is starting to have behind him. That is the racing point of Deer Hunter and Mari, but Mari's going to be a lot closer to the racing point of Deer Hunter than he is to Boss Cookie. They may actually try to go 3 abreast in turn 1. Nope. Defensive from Deer Hunter, and that will keep him in P11. Williams will be given a 3-second time penalty. Same with Ginger Horizon. And actually, did all 3 of them get a penalty? No, Ham Newton's had one before.
Wow.
My memory's not too great, isn't it? But like I was saying, actually like you were saying, I think they were more evened out. Ryan's actually not lost too much time. Neymar's going to be 3-second time penalty, speaking of time. But Ryan has actually not lost too much time to the back of Vera Williams, almost 6/10 between him, but that is a harder compounded tire on the Mercedes than it is on the racing point. There's actually a bigger gap between the Renault Boss Formula, about 4.8 seconds to the AlphaTauri of GSR Axe, who has his teammate Infern not too far away to be brutally honest. These two cannot separate, like you said earlier, almost conjoined at the hip. But up front, also conjoined at the hip, actually will be Neymar and Mari. They're not too far away from each other. Same with Deer Hunter and Boss Cookie. This little train has not been too pleasant. Look at the switchback from Neymar and the Haas. Nothing can do it. He stays P13. That is actually a penalty, I believe, for, was it Ham Newton or was it Williams?
Oh, that was Ham Newton. Ham Newton now has 9 seconds of time penalty, so definitely he needs to start keeping the car in between the race in the track limits, as more time penalties, more positions he will lose after the race.
Deer Hunter maybe think about going to remove. Yes, he definitely does. I caught that one. Bosco's going to switch back the Racing Point, though. Both in the same compound tire, but better traction from the Red Bull. He's actually going to stay in P10, the final points paying positions. B-Dunk's been given another 30-second time penalty, but speaking of penalties, Bosco has that penalty, so at the moment he doesn't have P10. Deer Hunter does.
Yeah, if we could talk about penalties for a second, B-Dunk has the most time penalties out the whole pack at 12 seconds.
It's only lap 7, so it's going to be a long day for him to kind of negotiate the Circuit of the Americas without grabbing more.
Williams.
Look at Williams and Ham Newton. I don't know. I'll let you do it.
Oh, yes. Williams looked on the outside. Look at why? Oh, Williams looked on the outside of Ham Newton, but was locked up and was outbraked by him. And New Zealand Ryan looking to be the opportunist here and may look for a move on Williams, as those mediums probably have better traction and probably the better performance on lap 7 going into lap 8.
That is a move between Deer Hunt and turn 16 and 17. Look at this down the inside of Neymar. Look at that.
The touch.
Oh, that's contact. It's going to put the Haas of Neymar wide. Deer Hunter's going to let him through and actually get back ahead. No damage to, I believe, either car. Actually looks like there may have been a legal overtake involved. Yes, there is. Neymar gives the position back to Deer Hunter. Mari and Bosco here now battling. Mari's actually gained a lot of positions in the last couple corners. Now up into P10 of the McLaren. Actually, Neymar and Deer Hunter sorted them out again. Neymar is now back ahead of Deer Hunter into P12. But Ryan actually may have been opportunistic, like you said, is actually a lot closer, about 5/10 behind Miro Williams. So if he can get a good run off the exit of turn 11 here, which looks like he doesn't, not as good as Williams with the help of the overtake button. It's going to get a little closer, but Williams cannot really get any closer to Ham Newton like he was last lap. But all this fighting has actually brought Chandler into this fight. He's actually now gotten the DRS of New Zealand Ryan and the Mercedes. But look at these two, though. They're kind of looking a little bit scrappy. They're trying to figure things out while they can. Lap 8, the tires are going to be a little bit more worn. They're going to be a little bit more degrading. And they're going to be a little bit more slippery. Let's see who can take advantage of the slipperiness, I guess if that's even a word, to try to go ahead of him in front for the battle for P3 with a penalty, so Ryan is provisionally in P3. A little wide from Ham Newton there. So it looks like the understeer effect is probably going to be a little bit more prominent on the soft compound tire around now. Chandler's not too far away, about 5/10 from like this is probably the most prominent battle. Look at these two, though. Goes defensive as Ham Newton, but he's going to have a little bit less of a line. The switchback for Miro Williams. Can he try to get that Racing Point up into P3? No, he cannot. Not yet. A little bit more time, though. Like this. Here he goes. Ham Newton tries to go defensive into the S's again. Grabs another time penalty. 3 seconds more to be added to his pace time. That's 12 seconds in 9 laps. Him and B-Dunk are now tied for the most penalties. That's not even that's about, what, a third of a race in, almost? Third, already 12 seconds.
Yeah, it is a third of the race. I was doing the math in my head. I'm like, wait a minute. And Boss Cookie gets it. And B-Dunk has retired. Okay, I got it. And he speeded to add on B-Dunk's penalty time. He's sped into the pit lane.
Loses about 17 seconds or so. But look at these three. There they go. There's about to be almost 3 abreast around the outside and through up into P3 goes the Racing Point of Miro Williams. But look at the switchback. They're still fighting. Ham Newton's going to be around the outside. Here he goes. He goes a little bit too deep. Look at Ryan. He's going to try to be opportunistic and goes up. There you go. Up into P4. But look at Chandler. He's going to try to think about it. Ham Newton's going to try to go the inside and try to keep that position. Can't be done. Ryan's up to 4th. Miro Williams now up to 3rd. Chandler's not going to be in this fight trying to looking for 5th. That's a yellow flag, I believe. Yeah, that is B-Dunk's car coming out onto the pits. But are we going to see a pit stop from any of these guys in the softs coming up soon? I believe the lap 11 mark is probably where we're going to see a lot of these guys go in. That is a squirm from the back of the Williams car. That's going to bring a lot of enticement to Chandler up into P5. He goes in the Alfa Romeo on the mediums. Late braking for both these drivers. A little bit more later for the Williams, but it's just not enough. That brings Chandler up into P5.
Yeah, and these mediums that are looking like to be the fastest tire right now as well.
Crossover point, as we call it.
Well, yeah, and if if you're
Neymar and Bosco can actually make a medal here. Look at this. Look at this! Puts him off the track, but he's going to still try to fight it, go into the S's. Alright, go ahead. I cut you off.
you're fine, but Ryan was actually catching Williams through the S's, and he looks like he can be in prime position to get the DRS pass done, as he does. Easily.
The left-hand side of the racing point. Looks like he's up and through. Yes, he is. Goes back to the racing line and goes up into P3. But look at Chandler thinking about it. Couldn't make it happen. Beat his front wing there in. As Boss Cookie and Neymar still battling. Now Neymar has Deer Hunter for company. These three looking like they're having some fun back here. Battle for 11th on the back straightaway.
Cam Newton with another 3 seconds. That's 15.
Actually, I would like to point out here that there is an entire train from the Mercedes of Ryan now. Not as much him. He's now a second ahead of Bureau Williams. But from him, actually, Bureau Williams goes into box. That's probably going to trigger a lot of undercuts for the soft compound runners. We'll see if he goes on to the hards or the mediums. But speaking about it, there was a lot of a train. Actually, another driver comes in. That is Superlicious. He goes on to the hard compound tire for the lead of the race. So that's going to see how that undercut goes on with Ginger Horizon. He's going to see how far he can go out of hunt in front. The undercut definitely is more prominent here because the tire wear is a little bit higher. The tire is more overheating. So the tires
Neymar's also into the bits.
Yes, he is. So is Williams. I actually missed him. He's on the hards compounded tire as well. Look at these two, though. That is Deer Hunter and Boss Cookie trying to fight it out for P11 still. Actually, now P10 on the road. Look at that. He's going really aggressive. Boss Cookie's going to squeeze him off. A little bit more of an undercut. Look at these. Look at the racing points. They're going side by side. Now into the exit of turn 1. Deer Hunter goes a little bit too deep. But he's going to keep P11 from his teammate Williams. But maybe Racing Point should deploy some team orders here as Racing Point's driver Williams is on the hards. Already made his pit stop. See if he can try to go and beat the likes of everyone around him, like Cam Newton. Looks like Deer Hunter doesn't imply team orders, keeps finding the Racing Point, but he concedes the position. Wrong prefix.
Yeah, New Zealand Ryan has now caught up over a second on our current leader of Ginger Horizon, so Ginger may be thinking to run into the pits here. No, he's not. He will stay out for another lap on those softs.
He's going to try the overcut on the likes of Hoopalicious and the Red Bull. Hoopalicious went on to the hards, so maybe not trusting the tire pits. He's actually now sped in the pits, so 5 seconds will be added to his time. That makes his total 20 seconds. My God, Evan.
Yeah. Definitely not his day on the track.
No, or off the track.
Yeah, that too.
Max has been given a time penalty as well. 3 seconds to be applied to the end of his race time. Darrell Williams gets ahead of Boss Cookie up into P9, and so does Deer Hunter. He actually goes up, and they're actually battling right now. Let's go look at these two again. It looks like it's just always exit turn 1 with these two. Fighting once more going into turn 3. Still Boss Cookie ahead. But like I said, I was trying to say this before some more people had some action in some waiting hits. Horizon's probably going to try the overcut. So basically, if you're not understanding what that means, it's basically when the driver ahead or behind in this case, Horizon, stays out longer than the guy in front or behind to try to keep clean air and try to see him, I guess, bank on him having a little bit of traffic, which he does actually. He's about 3/10 behind the Tauri of Meanfur, but look at Ryan though.
Yeah, I was about to say, Ryan could very well get the move done here. Will he look on the outside, or yeah, no, he will stay behind, probably waiting for the DRS straight as Ginger goes into the pits.
I believe he will get DRS because of it. Yes, he does. So Ginger Horizon will come into the box after 12 laps on his softs, so that could we possibly see a medium from him. Ryan trying to, I guess, break the toe a bit from the Alfa Romeo of Chandler. Keep an eye on this Haas. He does go on to the medium, so that's going to be a big strategy call between him and Hoopalicious. Speaking of Hoopalicious, he's actually gotten past the Alpha Tauri of Axe and Meanfur, now up into P4 on the road. He's the only one that has made a pit stop in the top 5 so far, so he is provisionally P1 at the moment. Let's go to gap to leader. He is right now 12.4 seconds behind Ryan. So at the moment, he'll be around, what, 7.8 seconds ahead of the Mercedes driver. coming whenever he makes his pit stop. Time warning for the Red Bull.
Yeah.
We have the same energy.
Yes, we do. And
oh, Chandler late on the brakes.
Yeah, if my view was correct, it looked like he had a double lockup there just to avoid it. Oz Formula is also passively catching up to Ryan and Chandler up there.
Max and Meanfern, they're having a bit of a scrap down for P5. The AlphaTauris, Meanfern try to look down the outside of the AlphaTauri teammate of Max. Horizon and Mari now have a little bit of a scrap for P7. Horizon box onto those fresh mediums compared to Mari's 12-lap-old hards, so that'll mean an easier move for Horizon to go up into P7. Looks like Chandler is still kind of steadily there, about half a second back on New Zealand Ryan, definitely with the safety of the DRS. And I guess slipstream for these two is going to kind of help these two pull away a bit more. Osform was about 3 seconds behind those two. Hoopalicious is about 8 seconds behind the likes of Osform.
Oh, that's
actually a stricken boss cookie.
He looks like he didn't take any wing damage there. He just probably overpowered the corner and half spun the car.
I believe he got a time penalty before. He may have clipped the inside curb and lost it on the exit, which is definitely easier to do since that curb is a little bit higher. Chandler's now about 0.4 back, so it's roughly the same amount of gap, still with DRS. But we'll keep an eye on him. We'll also keep an eye on the likes of Meanfern and Axe. They're still, like you said earlier, still conjoined at the hip. That is a very wide from Axe going into turn 11. That's going to probably entice Meanfern. Axe looks like he got a better drive off, possibly with another second of time. So still look at that. It's about 18 seconds now. And Axe stays ahead of Meanfern still in the AlphaTauri camp. But with these battling here, this gives Ginger Horizon a little bit of enticement to try to go catch up to these AlphaTauris. But up front, though, Hoopalish has actually gained quite a decent amount on Os Formula's Renault. He was about, 7 seconds or so behind entering this lap. Horizon actually goes up down the inside of turn 16 on Meanfern, but through turn 17, goes around the outside and gets up into P6 for the Haas. Great move from him. Now he's going to go have to chase the AlphaTauri of Axe, who actually looks like he will go into the pits. Yes, he will. So that's going to be an undercut probably for some of these medium runners. Is that going to be a hard compound tire onto the AlphaTauri, or will it be a soft? If it's soft, it's ambitious. I can tell you that.
Yeah, and going off what you said earlier of Hoopalicious being 12 seconds behind New Zealand Ryan, he's now 10.5 seconds. So those hards appear to be faster than the older medium. So if Ryan goes on a softer comp or goes to another compound, I believe it has to be the soft. It has to go about another 3 to 4 laps so he can safely go on those softs and just push as fast as he can as Chandler goes on the inside.
Yes, he does. He actually takes the lead of the Grand Prix, which is actually pretty enticing to see. Chandler's decided he doesn't want to stick behind New Zealand Ryan anymore. He can actually play championship, outsider, I guess you could call it, in this fight, because Ryan needs to win to lock it today. So if Chandler wins the Grand Prix, he's pretty much on the side of Perondi, helping him out and bringing it on to Mexico, which is in a couple weeks' time, I believe in January. Chandler actually pits, so that's going to be another undercut. Is he going to go on to the softs, going on to lap 16? It's going to be around, 12 to 13 laps on those softs. Ambitious, to say the least. Hoopalicious has actually gained another second on the Renault of Os Formula. Os Formula's actually, since them two battling of Ryan and Chandler, actually put that gap down. Actually, now, never mind, it grew. I don't know what I was looking at.
Yeah, Chandler does go for the soft, so that is an ambitious move, but let's see if that pays off as well. But he will be
between him and Williams.
Yeah, he will be probably be right behind Williams going into. Oh, there goes Williams.
Oh, contact! There goes Williams around.
Oh, wow. I caught that. Did you catch that on stream?
So did I, luckily.
Wow.
Well, that's reset the track. Well, now the Alfa Romeo has wing damage, and so does Bureau Williams. So that's going to be a tearing and awful, just gut-wrenching end so far, and just set back in his home Grand Prix more than the rest of these American drivers in Tier 1. I believe Mari just now goes down into P13. I believe it was a boxing to the softs for the McLaren driver. But onto the incident with Williams and Chandler. Both of them, I don't think, have left side front wings, so that's going to really definitely need a box, another set of softs for Chandler. If he even has that many, yes, he does. It was a wet qualifying. What am I smoking? Axe's fresh hards, by the way. I missed that. He actually pitted onto the hard compounded tire. See if he can go catch down the likes of Deer Hunter, who actually saw that unfold right in front of his eyes. Probably may need a new change of pants after that one.
Yeah, and let's see if the AlphaTauris can finally get away from each other.
Well, Mari gets past the likes of Neymar and now the stricken racing point.
Ryan and Oscar Formula both pit as well.
Formula goes on to the soft, so does New Zealand Ryan. Puts Hupalicious up in the lead of the Grand Prix. 3.4 seconds separates, actually no, it's 5.5 seconds, I cannot read, separates the likes of Hupalicious' Red Bull and Ginger Horizon's Haas. But once again, the hards on the Red Bull compared to the mediums of the Haas. Could we possibly see the Haas gain quite tremendously on that Red Bull? Axe has actually gotten past Mean Fern. So actually stayed ahead, I'm sorry, but Mean Fern's gone on to the softs. Axe has gone on to the hards. So that's definitely going to probably negotiate that battle a little bit easier for those two drivers. Mari's up in the points. Neymar is up in the points due to Chandler, Boss Cookie, and Williams, all three pitting for a new front wing and the soft compounded tire for those three drivers. The only driver we've lost is B-Dunk, and everyone else seems to be A-okay on the road as we chase down with about, 12 laps remaining in the United States Grand Prix for round 19 of the Breakout Racing League Tier 1 Championship.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the gap we need to be watching now is Ryan to Hupalicious, because that's the championship gap right now. Ryan's distance to his lockout of the championship is 8.6 seconds right now.
It's going to be big. So if Ryan can find a way to get those about 12 or so laps on those softs, catch the likes of Hupalicious and Ginger Horizon. Don't forget, Horizon's still in this mix. It's one thing to catch someone, but it's going to be difficult to pass them, even if you're on the soft. So let's see if Ryan can try to get up to the back of the Haas, pass him, then go catch the Red Bull of Hupalicious to actually put a 6.1 second gap over Ginger Horizon's Haas. It's going to be tough, but it's probably doable. That is the fastest lap from Mari, as Ginger Horizon grabs a 3-second time penalty. That's going to help out Ryan a bit. Penalties could play a factor. Let's go look at them real quick. 6 seconds to the likes of Ginger Horizon and GSR Axe, as well as Birol Neymar. It's Formula, Birol Mari, Chandler Serta, and Birol Williams. But then you have the outliers. Ham Newton in 23 seconds is worth the penalties. Moscow with 21. Mean Fern, Deer Hunter, New Zealand Ryan, and Hupalicious all do not have time penalties to their name. So that's going to be a gigantic thing. If you're just tuning in, there was an incident between Chandler and Williams going off of turn 1. That's actually another incident. I believe that may be Chandler again. Actually, he has spun. What?
So that's salt in the wound. It looks like. Oh yeah, he's face first into the wall. It looks like he lost a tire, or
No, I don't know exactly what happened there. I tuned on with him, and all of a sudden he's just just rolling to the barrier.
His car looks like it's jumping for joy, and that's a VSC.
It is a VSC.
And Ryan got past Ginger while we were looking at
Chandler's been disqualified for the session, parked in a dangerous location.
Huh. So Chandler's day went from really good to that's terrible.
Actually, we forgot to mention something with the likes of what just happened. Ryan's gotten past Ginger Horizon.
Oh yeah, I just said that. Well,
wait, did you?
Yes, I did.
I'm going deaf.
We're both going deaf.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Master Berserker. We'll disconnect.
Oh,
that's Ham Newton to drive through.
Ooh, okay, that's Ham Newton. Ham Newton and the Stewarts are extremely good friends today now, aren't they?
Oh yeah, major friends. They're the best of friends. Mari goes up to P8 past Deer Hunter. Neymar goes up to P9 passes Deer Hunter. I'm actually going to switch away from penalties because Deer Hunter boxes. That would explain a lot So like you touched on, and like I touched on actually, earlier with the points gap, 6.5 seconds will gap another New Zealand Ryan to be crowned champion tonight. He still has about, what, 10 laps to do so. Williams actually gets past Boss Cookie. Boss Cookie does box for the softs. I believe that is a used set for the Red Bull. But like I was saying,
so Boss Cookie may be looking for a fast lap, or fastest lap. Just because...
I mean, even if he does get a fastest lap, though. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Oh, Boss Cookie. I thought you were talking about Hoopalicious. I'm like...
No. Yeah, no.
Actually, touching on Boss Cookie, even if he does get the fastest lap, that's 12th position for him. In order to get the 1 point for getting the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, you need to be in the top 10. So he needs to find about 3.6 seconds to Williams and then about 21.3 seconds to Deer Hunter, who also is on a fresh set of softs. So it's going to be difficult indeed. The closest battle on track, would you guess it, is the Alpha Tauris. Mean Fern with DRS on Axe, Mean Fern with the softer compounded tire, and Axe with the hards. Mean Fern looks like he's going to try to look to the inside, but not making the move yet, being patient with the teammates there.
Yeah, we may need to get Axe and Mean Fern surgically like separated here, just because. Like, come on, guys! You can't be this close all the time.
I mean, they're in the Alpha Tauri, isn't what it means? I mean, look at Albon and Kvyat, and Gasly and Kvyat.
Okay, yeah, I can see it now. As Ryan's championship's now only 4.6 seconds away.
With about 9 seconds left, or not 9 seconds, about a little bit less than 9 laps to go. Actually, Mean Fern will finally get through on his teammate of Axe on the softs and up into P6. Possibly he's been given another 3-second time penalty. So with these two now sorted out their position, Mari may be looking at a possible challenge for Axe on those hards, which I'm still not sure exactly what the strategy was for the AlphaTauri there. But let's see if he can make that work going into the rest of the Grand Prix. Not many laps left to go. Like I said, not too many laps to go. 4.0 seconds separates Hoop from New Zealand Ryan. Well, it's closing in, little by little.
Little by little, that's a second per lap. That's not little.
It's definitely doable. Axe been given a 3-second time penalty, so that's been unfortunate for him.
Yeah, and if Boss Cookie gets another 3-second time penalty, I'm pretty sure that's disqualified. If I remember the amount of time penalties you're allowed to have.
I believe it is around 30. But speaking of time penalties, one thing we also forgot to touch on is Hoopalicious has a time penalty. He has 3 seconds.
So
the gap between Ryan and Hoop is 7/10. It's not 3 seconds.
Oh wow, how can we be so dumb? The numbers are our thing. What the heck?
Yeah, I know, really.
So yeah, so his championship hopes are only 3/10 away.
However, though, once again, there still are a lot of laps remaining. There could be the odd safety car. The softs could possibly not. Could be the random puncture like happened to Ginger. Oh, I'm sorry, Ginger.
Yeah, don't say that now.
I really am. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. If Ginger gets another puncture, I know who I'm gonna direct him to. Just saying.
Yep, I'll take full responsibility for that.
Yeah. Ryan's only 2/10 away now.
Yeah, it could be decided going into turn 1, actually.
Yeah. Let me look here. Oh, if Ryan may not be the calmest driver in the world right now because he has 2 warnings.
Oh, so it may have to be done on track. That's going to be one thing, but then again, 10-lap old hards versus 4-lap old softs. Who are you going for in that situation?
Yeah. Hoop and Ryan may have the same. Ryan's gonna have the advantage for another 3 laps, but that will bring him to a lap 25, 26, and the last 2 laps are going to be either even or in the advantage of Hoop. So that
Ham Newton boxes for the medium. Actually, no, he drive through. Sorry.
Yeah, drive through.
Go ahead.
Drive through, but he does have 23 seconds of penalty, so definitely not helping him at all.
Mari's gotten past GSR Axe for P6, And the McLaren now chasing after the other AlphaTauri of Meanford. Right now the McLaren is in an AlphaTauri sandwich. 1.5 separates from the top layer of it, and Meanford's about 20 seconds away from the likes of Osborne. Osborne's been kind of vibing there, so to speak. About 2.6 seconds off of Horizon. We actually could be touching on that. Formula could actually grab a podium here as well if he's not too far away from Horizon.
Yeah, let me see how many warnings he has, because I've been doing that.
6 seconds compared to 3.
Yeah, no, Osformula has no warnings on his second penalty, so he can very well push, and have 1 or 2 warnings, get that 3-second gap even closer, so he doesn't have to push as much, and very well take the last podium step from Ginger Horizon.
Well, at the moment, a sub 2 seconds between the Renault and the Haas, but up front, it is actually sub 3 seconds between the Mercedes and the Red Bull. So, if Ryan can gain a bit, maybe even if not, maybe if it stays the same, as long as Ryan does not grab that last warning and that penalty, it would still go in favor of New Zealand Ryan. But there is still about, it's about less than 6 laps, so that's about around 120 corners. For the rest of the Grand Prix, that's still plenty of time. But that's also plenty of time for Ryan to go catch and pass Hoopalicious as well.
Yeah,
and that's 7 seconds.
Yeah, another 3/10s gone in the third sector from Ryan, so that last sector looking really strong for Ryan.
Another strong performance now, 1.2 seconds, about 3/10 gain so far that lap from Mari over Meanfern. Still going through the final sector now. But look at these two. Osformula is down to 1.2 seconds.
Amari's round.
The yellow flag. That is a spinning McLaren. That puts Ham Newton up into P7 on track, but barring the penalties, will probably be dropping out of the top 10 probably. But that's going to be a lot of work for Mari to go and try to find a way to go get back those positions lost. The softs are going to be towards the end of their lifespan now, since with that, keep an eye on the McLaren as well. Sub-second between Formula and Horizon. We could see a position being moved on track instead of penalties.
Which we both prefer, don't we? We'd rather have a move on track than on penalties. But Ryan probably's like, I don't care either way. I get first here. Just, a championship is a championship right now.
Oh yeah. That is definitely something that could be locked up today. Like I've said, if you're new or tuning in a little bit late in the stream, New Zealand Ryan only needs 21 points to lock up the championship today due to Perondi not being able to attend the Grand Prix of the Americas. So, that 1.1 seconds right here could be the penalty, actually could be the championship. That's actually a spun boss cookie in turn 1. Back up front, though, that's actually 7/10 between Osformula and Ginger Horizon. There'll be DRS given to the Renault. Now, a move be made on this occasion? I don't think so. A little bit too far back, unless there's a gigantic lunge into turn 1, which there isn't.
Ryan's sinking in that sub 1 second now.
It's getting closer. I just imagine the Jaws theme song coming on as Hoopalicious looks in his mirror.
Oh no, I'm just seeing The Shining. It's like, here's Ryan. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So I don't know if he have. Oh, he does have DRS.
Yeah, it's sub 1 second.
Yeah, but those softs are looking to be a bit slower right now as well.
Well, he has DRS, so it's going to be just a matter of time before, as long as Ryan can keep the minimum speed up throughout the rest of the lap, as long as he stays within that 1 second required.
Oh, Ham Newton.
Yes, or
Ham Newton now at 26.
Yeah.
So yeah, and
I guess there's a race between those two for who gets qualified first.
oh yeah, no, Boss Cookie's 1 warning away, by the way.
Oh no.
Yeah, he has 3 laps to go. Oh.
Oh well.
Oh,
Well.
that's speeding in pit lane. So I think he has one more time penalty. Or it has to be a track violation, I believe, until he gets disqualified. So he's now putting on the softs. He has low fuel, so he's looking to take away that fastest lap point away from anybody on the track.
At the moment, the fastest lap actually goes to Mari down in P9 at 32.7. Look at the Red Bull Bosque coming out. Luckily, there was ghosting, or that would have been a collision between Os Formula and Horizon. Meanwhile, they've actually gotten that gap down to about half a second between those two in the battle for the podium position. Let's go look at the penalties real quick. Once again, still 6 seconds to Ginger Horizon, 3 to Os Formula. That could decide the final step. The top step could be the penalties as well, with Hoopalicious being 3 seconds to his name, with Ryan with none. So, now down to 0.9. Is Ryan not using DRS, or is it?
No, Ryan has 12.
Does he not have it?
He has 12%, where Hoop has 38. We're now up to 40 because of the recouping of it. But I think Ryan's just trying to drive conservative now, or he should be driving conservative now with 2 laps to go. He should be more concerned about keeping that car inside the track than trying to get past Hoop.
That is definitely a possibility. It's better to be smart than fast sometimes, and Ryan may be thinking that in terms of the championship. As for Formula and Ginger, Formula's tires may be getting a little bit too worn to try to go and contend for that podium on track, but those penalties could still definitely be a factor, about 0.9, or 0.6, I'm sorry, separating these two drivers. Formula about 30% ERS compared to about half of the battery left for Ginger Horizon. So there's a lot more in favor for the Haas, except for the tires. Actually, the tires may be now shifting his way as well.
Yeah, that's over half a second loss from Ryan in the first sector alone. So maybe if Hoop puts the pedal to the metal now and gets Ryan is out of DRS range. So this could very well be Hoop's win if he keeps his pace up.
Well, he has about 1.5 laps to do so. The gap is about 1.6 seconds, not 1.7. 1.3 seconds is what Hoopalicious needs in these 1.5 laps to grab that win away from Ryan and prevent him from winning the championship today as well. So, Os Formula could be battling for P3. Ryan could be battling for a championship and a P1. A lot of, notable headlines going into the final lap of round 19 of the Breakout Racing League Tier 1 Championship at the Circuit of the Americas, going through turn 19 for Hoopalicious now.
Yeah, and all this excitement is happening on the podium.
Oh yeah.
It's
the first. I don't think it usually.
It's normally in the mid to rear, but no, this is all on the podium, and now Hoops extends his gap to Ryan to 2 seconds. 2.2.
Lost this lap, but now it's hammer time. It's the final lap of the Grand Prix here at the Circuit of the Americas. 1.9. That's the gap between Ryan and a championship. Up front for Ginger Horizon and Formula, about 0.8 is the gap on track. But does Formula still have penalties? Like warnings, I meant.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, last time I checked, Formula had no warnings for his second penalty, and he has yet to get a warning on his next penalty. So, Os Formula needs to push here.
2.5. He has one more sector. Hoopalicious does to try to keep the Mercedes of Ryan behind. The tires may be on the ultimate edge of their lifespan. 10 laps. Can the 16-lap-old hards of Hoopalicious hold up about less than 0.4 of a second? That's what the Red Bull needs to grab this victory. Can it happen?
Yeah, Hoop needs to have the final sector of his life right now to keep Perandi's championship hopes alive.
Not only is Hoopalicious fighting for his own championship hopes, he's fighting for Perondi's right now. But with 2 corners to go, it may not matter. Going through turn 19, Hoopalicious, he's been looking pretty fast ever since those softs. On track, he will grab the United States Grand Prix victory, but New Zealand Ryan will be crowned champion of Tier 1 with that race win.
And Botsuki gets another 5-second penalty due to not serving it in the pits for speeding in the pit lane, and Oz Formula will get past Ginger Horizon off the penalties.
Yes, he will. That goes to P3 for the Renault. For Oz Formula, Ginger will go to P4 for him. Mean Fern, he looks like he has no penalties. He doesn't have to worry about it. He'll stay on P5 with a nice and simple day for him in the AlphaTauri camp. GSR-X has 9 seconds of penalties and finishes on track in P6. Ham Newton has 26 seconds of penalties. We'll see how far he drops. Deer Hunter, he'll grab up to P6 from the Racing Point team. Good day from him. Mari, can the McLaren get up? Yes, up into P8. Ham Newton has about, let's see, how much time does he have? He's down to P10. Is Neymar, or not, is Williams going to grab this last point position?
I don't think Williams is close enough.
I don't think he is.
Sadly.
What do you mean sadly?
Yeah. No, he will not get that last points position. But
and that'll do it on track. Wow.
Yeah, that's definitely a really good way to end the Tier 1 championship, as Mari will get the driver of the day.
Just a little side note, by the way. That is 3 out of 4 tiers in Breakout Racing League F1 that has been decided this week. Just putting that out there.
Oh yeah. Tier 2. Tier 2 is the only one that has...
The only outlier.
Yeah. And tier 4 is completely out there too. That P1 and P2 are only separated by 5 points.
Okay, you have Monday. Let Tier 1 have their shot. By the way, invite them to the party.
Yeah, I will. oh, okay. No, the game is...
Shut up, you. Alright, we'll go through the finishing orders now after the Grand Prix of the Americas, the United States Grand Prix. New Zealand Ryan will grab the victory and will grab the championship of Tier 1 ahead of Hoopalicious in P2. He drove so well, but that penalty ended up costing him the chance of the victory. Oz Formula, barring the penalty from Ginger Horizon, has gotten P3 in the Renault. Another great finish for him. Ginger Horizon will grab P4, like I said. Mean Fern will grab P5. The Racing Point of Deer Hunt pretty much splits the AlphaTauris of Mean Fern and Axe. Axe will get P7. Mari will grab P8 in the McLaren, with Muriel Neymar grabbing P9 in the final points position, going to to Ham Newton, in the Williams. Muriel Williams, ironically, those two can't be separated, and that really hurts my brain. We'll grab P11. Bosky will grab P12. Chandler will grab P13 after being... Actually, he was disqualified. Why has he had a B-dunk? Okay, just magic, I guess. Chandler will grab P13, and B-dunk will be the last runner of the Grand Prix of the Americas.
Yeah, and I have to say this race was anything but exciting. Well, it was everything. It was everything. I was about to say anything but exciting, but I think everything is a better term. It was everything.
You got it out.
Yeah, I got it out.
So all 3 podium finishers are in the party now. So if you would like, you can actually do 2 and 1, or 2 and 3 if you would like, or do you want to do 3? I don't know. It's up to you.
I'll do 2 and 3. So,
right.
On our bottom step of the podium is Oz Formula. Had a very consistent race. Slowly caught up to the back end of, was it? Yeah, Ginger. Thank you. Sorry, brain completely left there. Cut up to Ginger and beat him on penalties. But would you like just to beat him on track, or you just saw that your tires were falling off and you decided to beat him with penalties?
Of course, you'd want to beat him on track, but I knew my tires were going to die, so I just wanted to be within that 3 seconds so I could get my podium. So, yeah, and that worked out well. Just stay in this DRS and not damage my tires too much.
Yeah, you had a very good race from you, Oz Formula, and I will move on to P2 in Hoopalicious. Losing out on the race win with a 3-second time penalty, you have the hopes and dreams of Ferrandi's championship with you, but I think the race win would mean more to you than anything else. How was the race in your eyes?
Yeah, it was very tough one to take. It was a very clumsy penalty too. The last corner of the track is just, that was stupid. And then, yeah, I knew his softs were gonna die at the end, but they died way too late. I thought they would die a few laps earlier, but yeah, just unlucky there.
Yeah, and I will pass
I
the
think
podium.
my cat.
Oh yeah, hello cat. No, I will pass on to you Fridays for our race winner and the Drivers' Championship winner.
Oh yeah, you couldn't have said it any better yourself. Ryan, you did it. With the unfortunate mishap of Peroni not being able to show up, you now outscored him by 21 points, grabbing the Tier 1 championship at the United States Grand Prix. Tell me about it.
Yep, it's pretty good. I don't know, it was a bit of a shame he wasn't able to race and at least take it to Mexico or Brazil, but I will take it.
Championship's a championship. I don't think that really matters, right?
Yeah, yeah, you said it.
It's been a strong season from you, especially with Mercedes as well. Now that the drivers is all locked up, not that it really matters as much as it does in normal F1, but is your focus now on trying to grab as many wins, as many points as you possibly can to get the double championship for Mercedes, both drivers and constructors?
Yeah, getting the most points is always the goal. I've been pretty average the last few weeks, so it's nice to be back in this party after the race.
Well, it's glad for you to be here, but I think that'll pretty much do it unless you want to say anything else.
Just GG to hope. I thought I was going to be fine, but then a lap and a half to go, I was like, oh Jesus. Rear end just left, but hang on just.
Definitely just. For a second, we thought you may have lost him on the final lap. It was about 4/10 in the final sector. It was very nail-biting indeed. But anyway, from us in the booth, congrats to all three of you. Awesome Formula P3, P2 to Hooglicious, and P1 in the championship to Ryan. But that pretty much seals it from me. Unless you want to say anything, Titan.
I'm just going to take too long to say the next thing, so...
Well, okay then. So, with this, the championship is locked up for Tier 1, but unfortunately we have a little bit of a break. We have the Christmas and New Year's break to see you guys in early January for the Mexican Grand Prix of Tier 1, but that's not going to be all that happens. Go tune in tomorrow for ACC on Xbox, and on Monday for Tier 3 and Tier 4, but up here in the booth for Tier 1, myself, Hey Catcher, along with Mr. Titan. We wish you all a very happy holidays, and goodbye.